Okay, so let's see if I can figure out how to get Link's Awakening.
You're gonna have to do another tweet now.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, we all gotta sit down, um, really give some runway to this. I literally opened my start menu, I just like my entire brain just vanished, and I can't even remember what I'm looking to launch. Oh, I remember now. Okay, I did it. I figured it out. I literally could not remember the name of what I was looking for.
I mean, considering how long you've been on stream, Nate, I'm impressed that you haven't just like suddenly dissolved into your ethereal form and ascended beyond
Oh,
mortal
there's
To
still
the
cares.
world of goo.
there's still
It all comes
time.
back around.
There's still time, don't worry.
Will Nate become a puddle of goo? We have 6 hours and 43 minutes to find out.
Gosh.
Which isn't that long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, compared to 24 hours.
It's certainly less
Just
than
six
24 hours.
hours.
Yeah.
6 hours.
Yeah, with enough video games, anyone can turn themselves to Ash. Uh, Even you can do this at home. I wouldn't recommend it, but you know, if you too desire sleep deprivation and weird conversations about vegetables, it's easier than you think. Okie doke, I can't. Gotta get the game to actually show up now.
I might as well head off soon because I'm hungry.
That's a good
And,
reason to head off. But I appreciate you coming on and hanging out for so long.
Yeah, it's okay. It's Sunday. I didn't have anything better on, and no, that sounds like that
You're
doesn't sound
good.
very nice.
No.
Even if I had other great things on, this would be better. But as it happens, I don't have anything on. So, and it was a pleasure.
Well, yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah,
Yay!
have a
it's
good
been
rest of your
fun.
Sunday, which is weird to say that it's also Sunday here, because somehow we've managed that far into the future.
Woohoo! Good morning.
Alrighty.
Meet you, cat.
Welcome to Sunday.
Uh,
Oh, alright. Have a good Zelda. I'll catch you all soon.
Link's Awakening, something I need to continue to do. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom and then we're gonna start this whole game.
Oh, cool. I'll wait here.
Alrighty, time to... Oh, how did I have a random cut on my hand for no reason? That's fun.
That's alarming.
Uh, you know, you have... I've just gotten so used to my cats and dogs just kind of destroying me that
Oh gosh.
I don't even, like, someone will point out to me, just like, oh, where did that come from? It's like, I don't know. It could be anyone. It could be any of them. It's a strange...
Oh no, Nate.
It's a weird world I live in over here. Okay, I'm trying to send a tweet. I'll figure this out.
I believe in you.
Copy link, paste link. Alrighty, there we go. Paste chat, and we're good.
Beautiful.
Okay. So, I've played a little of this, and then the game ate my save file, and I never went back. But
Ugh.
I recall it being really delightful and weird, in ways that I appreciate from Zelda, and don't often feel Zelda does. I know,
feel like,
yeah, I know you mentioned that this is very high up there for you.
yeah, Link's Awakening is one of my favorite Zeldas, and I feel like Delightfully Weird is an excellent summary for its whole vibe.
Did you play the remake that came out?
I've actually just been playing the remake over the last couple of days.
What do you think of it?
I really like the remake. I dig kind of like the Playmobil diorama style that they ran with. I know not everyone was a taker for it, but I dig Zelda when they have weird, cutesy art styles.
Yeah, same.
So that's been fun. It feels a little different because it's got a kind of growth continuity to it that you don't get just scrolling screen by screen. It feels smaller than the original. But I enjoy it. It's just one of those cases where neither version I feel like really like cancels out the other. Like they're both wonderful experiences.
Yeah, it's such a... The art style in the new one is so... like... It has such a particular look that I don't know that I can place another game that quite looks like it, which I feel like a couple Zeldas do, and yeah, they are kind of my favorite, are the ones that are just like, that kind of upset people because they don't look like what they expect, which is mostly like Wind Waker.
People are still not over the like 1990, there's the 2000 Space World demo for the GameCube. Which, like, fair play. I feel like that was like my desktop background for like a good chunk of the early 2000s. But
yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? It's you gotta live your dream somehow.
So you said you've never made a ton of headway into this game because your save file got eaten.
I played through like, I want to say like the first 1 or 2 dungeons, and then it got eaten. So I've played a bit of it, but I definitely haven't beaten it, and I haven't gotten far enough to say that I've really played it to any amount of, like, to really say I understand what's going on as like a game. But I have enjoyed all that I've played, and this version, it looks like the colors actually work. For some reason, the other version I was playing, I guess maybe the DX and the original ones got mixed up or something, but I could not get it to display colors, so it's just the Game Boy palette, which is charming in its own right, but it is also nice to have colors. Especially...
My first experience with this game was the color version.
Oh, beans.
And I have a strong association between this game and like running out to the local Canadian Tire and spending my allowance money on more batteries so I could get to the next dungeon.
Oh. Yeah, I forget so easily, like, pre-rechargeable batteries and everything.
Right, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll be watching like a video on like a Game Boy, and like the just the idea of having to put batteries into everything is just absolutely wild. Like, I don't even know the last time I put batteries in anything.
I actually bought a set of rechargeables specifically because my brother, for Christmas, he sent me all the stuff to build like a Game Boy Raspberry Pi.
Oh,
And it takes
nice.
AA's just like the original.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen those cases. They
yeah.
look cool.
Yeah, there's a couple of different ones, but yeah, no, they're fun to put together.
I've been like lusting after all of the different like retro handheld just emulation machines that have been
Yeah, the
coming out.
Android-powered ones.
Yeah, they're like, I don't even know if I would play on them because I don't have much time for video games anyway, and I don't know that I would spend it on like this little kind of cheap device, but they're so cute and they just seem like a fun thing to mess around with. They're like right out.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they're right outside of the range where I could just buy it and say like, even if I just mess around with this for like a week or two, like that's fine. They're like right outside of that impulse buy range, but
Yeah, no, I feel that. They're just a little bit up there, particularly some of the nicer ones. They do, I think most of them come preloaded with some set of games though, so...
Yeah. That is also one of the compelling things, is like... Yeah, don't even have to deal with these legal ROMs. I have my legal ROMs already loaded onto here. Don't ask me how they did it. They went into my home and got my cartridges and, just straightened it all out. Great service they provide.
Pulled out a retro, they dumped all of the images right there in front of you.
Yeah, I watched it with my own eyes. It's really remarkable service. Yeah, there are a few like weird looking ones that aren't very expensive that I might end up just picking up on a whim. That I hadn't heard about before. Like, there's one, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like tiny and like kind of crimson and gold, I want to say, and it's like super squat. I don't know if it'd be comfortable at all, but it has just a very cute form factor, and apparently can play just like most things up to the PS1. Which just seemed like a fun way to mess around with a bunch of different small games.
Now, I've never taken the plunge on one of these handhelds, but I found that I end up soft modding all of my handheld systems eventually. So I'll figure out how to do it, and I'll get the equipment I need, and I'll go to the trouble, and then I'll put all my legally sourced and dumped ROMs onto the machine, and then I don't play it.
Right.
I think for me that in this case, there's more pleasure in hacking the thing.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, right now I went through a couple weeks of being. I remember this raccoon. I went through a couple weeks being really super invested in like, looking at emulators and getting them working and getting all my legal homegrown organic ROMs working properly.
Of course.
And I've maybe played 2 of those games.
Yep.
But most of the fun was just like, I'm setting it up and I can like scroll through all the games and they pull up like their artwork and it just looks cool. It's just like
so you've got the crawler working then.
Yeah, it's
no, the scraper. Sorry.
Yeah. That's the one thing I've just impulse bought is Launchbox, which Just has like a nice, like, it's like big picture mode on Steam, but for your emulators.
Okay. Rad.
And yeah, it just
Oh, that's cool.
it's got a bunch of different like skins, and it just like have it pull in all your data, and it just displays it really cool. Um, it's just fun to scroll through them and see all of the. I'm really surprised at people have put together like transparent, like cutout logos for almost every game I've put on there. Even some
Oh,
really
yeah.
weird ones like the Mummy Game Boy game. Someone's put a transparent logo for that. And it's just like, I don't know who's spending their time cutting out the logo from the Mummy Game Boy game, but thank you, because now it just looks
No.
nice on my shelf.
No, the kind of folks that like participate in this scene are super dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, what's his name? Bew was his online handle, and he did the Higan SNES emulator.
Oh, nice.
Or the one that was, it was originally called BSNES, and then as it expanded in scope, it was called Higan, and that was the emulator that was really famous for being, like, cycle accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most computers at the time couldn't run it. But the thing about Bew, in terms of making that emulator, he bought or hunted down every single Super Nintendo game in every region for the specific purpose of being able to test the original, his own personal dumps of those ROMs on his emulator. That's how
Goodness.
fastidious he was about getting it right.
Yeah, that's just the amount of just like tiny tweaking all of this must take is just, I don't know, the patience that takes is really remarkable.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
I lost track of what you were doing in the game. Have you got the magic powder yet?
No. I remember getting turned around here.
Okay.
Oh,
But yeah, the
no.
raccoon messes you up,
Mhm.
and yeah, you need to stay in the woods and find a mushroom.
Right. Yeah, I need to do something with that raccoon. Oh, no, I don't want to pick this up. I don't know how I didn't even pick up on it now, but like the Bitsy text box is just like the Game Boy text box. I don't know why that never occurred to me.
Oh yeah, oh, you're right. Or at the very least, it's very similar.
Oh, it feels very similar in terms of like the lengths that you're given and the text size and stuff.
Yeah.
Where's my mushroom?
I think you have to let the squirrel disorient you, and that'll transport you to a different part of the woods from which you can get to the mushroom. That might be my remake brain talking, though, so don't hold me to it.
Oh, somewhere. Ah! Goodness.
Yeah, I think you're going the right way now. I also distinctly recall this being one of the harder Zelda games.
Maybe I need to get... Oh, I can hit the A button to push. Oh, and there's rocks there. Okay, I think part of it is just me not interpreting the palette correctly. I don't always understand what is what is texture and what is like object.
Yeah. And the rules for that are a little different on the Game Boy compared to like if you're just coming off of Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm. I've also
Check
never
it.
never beaten. So. There's a lot
Link
of
to the
older
Past?
older Zelda games that I need to like circle back to.
I mean, only if you want to.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, but I feel like I am intrigued enough by just like its status in. I basically want to play it so that I feel like I have a point to argue if for some reason I don't feel like it it lives up to whatever imagined prestige is in my head. But
Oh, I hear you. This is gonna sound irredeemably dorky, but I've actually run all the way through Link to the Past twice in the last week.
I don't even know what is a regular like gaming session for you, but that is interesting timing. Are you like a I feel like I can just make the assume that you are a pretty big Zelda fan just from these conversations.
I mean, I think I am. But there's also the fact that like some of the games, like Link to the Past is one of them, are like comfort food games for me just because I grew up with them and I know them well enough that I can kind of play through them with my brain off.
Interesting. I guess that makes
And
sense though.
Yeah, and A Link to the Past is just one of those games for me. I'm not a speedrunner by any means, but like it's about a 6-hour 2-session play for me.
I feel like my comfort food games always end up being like puzzle games or stuff that I'm like familiar enough with the rules, but I don't know if I have a comfort game that's like a game I play through and beat a lot.
Weirdly enough, another game that started to fill that spot for me over the pandemic has been Super Mario 64.
Yeah,
Because
Kat was mentioning that earlier as well. She was also playing it.
And that's a game that I'm sort of, like very casually teaching myself to speedrun.
You got those half A presses.
Gosh, I keep hearing about that.
I do too. I don't know
no.
what they mean.
I think it's a classification of run where it's not just the time that's measured, but like the lowest number of A presses.
I do remember seeing some video. It's for like the first slide that you jump through in like Peach's portrait window, and there's just some dude jumping back and forth and like gaining momentum at just a ridiculous amount, and then just like launching himself through the wall. It's a video. I have no idea like what is actually going on, like on a like mechanical level, like what he's doing to make this work. But it's very funny just to watch the game try and keep up.
Yeah, that's way beyond my ability.
If I can find that video, I'll have to look it up. But reading the comments are also very funny. It feels like reading the comics or comments on like like impressive jazz solo or something, where the people there are just like, oh my gosh, can you believe this very technical explanation here? And I'm just like, yeah, I can't believe it. I totally understand all these words you're saying and why this is impressive.
Ah, yeah, you got the powder. Okay, now we're good.
Gonna go fuck with this fox. A raccoon. Tanuki? I don't know what he is.
I guess probably a Tanuki.
I feel like their like folklore is like tricksters. I want to say that's real.
Yes. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I can't tell what is like just weird stuff I've absorbed and what is just like anime fandom poison that has also just been absorbed alongside it. It just all gets mished up.
I feel that. But no, you're on the mark this time. Taran has been transformed into a Tanuki specifically to troll you.
Oh, right. The darndest dream. All of my favorite Nintendo games, I've realized, are just the ones where they just do really weird stuff and kind of play with the fact that, like, yeah, you don't expect a Nintendo game to be weird. And that's what just makes it double weird, like the dissonance there.
Yeah.
I felt that a lot with Luigi's Mansion, which I beat for the first time
I was about to.
couple weeks
Yeah.
ago, and that game is just weird as hell.
Yeah, I was about to say the whole GameCube era was like
Mhm.
peak weird Nintendo, and I feel like there's some shared like history there with the Dreamcast, which was like peak weird Sega.
Right. I mean, so many Dreamcast games just became GameCube games.
hmm And Sega also worked pretty closely with Nintendo at the time too. They did F-Zero GX, which is the best F-Zero, but also the campiest.
Mm-hmm. I do have a soft spot for the Game Boy F-Zero just because it's like full of visual novel characters just shouting nonsense at each other constantly. None of it makes any sense, but there's so much
Was
of
that
there's so much
was
of
that the
it.
second one?
It might have been. I can't even remember if I only played one of them. But
Okay, because there were 3 on the GBA and only 2 came out in North America. Maximum Velocity was a launch title, and it was pretty straightforward. I think GP Legend came out after that, and that sounds like campy comic panel fodder.
yeah, I think that sounds like that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, because that one had an anime.
Oh, of course.
I feel like early 2000s was like peak anime video game adaptation. You had F-Zero, you had Kirby, you had Power Stone if you were particularly esoteric.
Yeah, the Sonic X, I remember.
Oh, right. I forgot the obvious one. Good job, Quips.
Well, I was talking about Sonic X earlier, doing my Sonic spiel again for people who haven't already heard it. But
Oh?
oh no, I've posted it in the critical distance chat probably multiple times at this point. But just defending Sonic being kind of bullshit and janky.
Oh yeah.
As real Sonic. Yeah, I don't know if I have like actual disdain for the Genesis games, but I find them fairly frustrating and mostly just notable for their soundtracks at this point. Versus I have a lot of, I feel like the more distance is gotten from any of the 3D Sonics, the more interesting and weird they seem to be, which I really just like about games. Are ones that just like, how did this happen? Who let this happen? Why does this thing that is this? Oh shit.
One thing I will say is that for me, the first Sonic game that I owned really was Sonic Adventure. I grew up with Nintendo consoles as a kid, and then my folks switched to the Dreamcast the year it came out because they figured out that was the easiest console to pirate for. I mean, legally source disc images, right?
Yeah. You got the Sega channel. You can download your games.
Exactly. So for me, despite my age, Sonic Adventure is like the default Sonic for me. That's the vibe that I associate most strongly with Sonic, not the earlier 2D games.
Well, so you got the right introduction, so...
And I remember loving that game.
Yeah, you skipped all the bullshit and just went straight to Biggs the Cat.
That's the thing, though. I think I dug the bullshit, too.
Oh no, I'm saying the bullshit is the 2D Sonic games. So you just went straight to the...
Oh, I understand.
You went to the good stuff.
Yeah. And no, I really took with it. Like I had like the terrible like soundtrack songs like burned to CDRs and stuff. I was a huge loser about it.
Nah, I mean, I would just leave the Sonic Heroes like start screen running so that it would cycle through the intro like, cinematic with the theme song. So
that's a mood.
What'd
you play Heroes on?
I only had a PS2 at the time, and I remember distinctly. It happened with multiple Sonic games actually, because I had tried to get the Sonic collection, and my PS2 refused to play it. And so I returned it and got Sonic Heroes, and that played it sometimes, and then would just refuse to play it other times. I don't know what the weird curse was with Sonic games on the PS2, but just for some reason, it's like the only game that just both of those games just routinely had issues.
I'm a little mystified here.
Hey, are you guys talking about Sonic?
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. I just really love Sonic Adventure and Shower the best thing.
Okay, so you understand. Taylor understands.
Yep. A true believer.
Yeah. No, I'm firmly in the camp that anybody that keeps asking for more Genesis games can just fuck the right off. I would like Sonic Adventures.
Ouch.
I would like Sonic Adventures 3. And yeah, Sega, I don't know what you're doing, but you're not giving it to me. And this is just a personal slight against me for all the bad things I've said about Sonic on the Genesis. They just won't forgive me.
I just want another Chow game that isn't on the PlayStation 2 iToy.
Did you have the GameCube Game Boy Link cable? Because I was very excited to be able to take my chows on the go with me.
Yes, I did, and it was my first ever idle game. So in class, I'd just stare at my Game Boy and secretly stare at it and be like, oh my god, my Chow is my only friend.
Oh gosh.
It was the best. So, yeah. I strongly appreciate Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2. I don't know much about 1. It's a little too weird for me. Like, I started on 2, and then they came out with Sonic Adventure 1 afterwards for the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it's an inverted sequel.
Sonic Adventure 1 is a particularly weird game. Sonic 2 is like in the right sweet spot, I think, between jank and just camp that Sonic is like perfect in. 1 is very much on the weirdness side. Heroes is more on the camp side.
Yeah.
But I beat Sonic Adventure for the first time. Was that earlier this year? I want to say it was this year, but I honestly can't even remember. It might have been last year at the same time. And that game is just... There are so many things about it just feel like it's a bullshit fan game that just somehow got Sega money. It's just fantastic. It's like, no, this was their masterpiece that they were gonna launch into the PS2 generation with.
Into the sun, more like.
It's just like no, it's just the jankiest shit, and none of the decisions make sense, and it's terrifying in some weird ways of just like the uncanny valley it skirts. But
Yeah. One thing I'll put in the original Sonic Adventures defense is I think the Dreamcast version is the only way to play it. Every port after that has been kind of buggy, so it's a lot easier to fly off the walls and clip through the floors.
yeah, I will say that I thoroughly I very much love Sonic Adventure, so yeah, for all of it's jank and bullshit. Um, I honestly feel like that's a point in its favor at this point. But I did play the PC version, and it does indeed try and run too fast for Sonic, and just runs him straight off the wall.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of that.
Turns out you gotta lock that frame rate, or Sonic just loses all control.
The beautiful thing about the 30 frames Dreamcast Sonic Adventure was it was just the right speed, and Sonic was moving just fast enough that the textures on the walls were often moving backwards on the screen.
Very good. I've forgotten where I'm supposed to go, and now I'm just kind of walking back and forth.
I'm really sad I don't have a Dreamcast. Oh, sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
I was just saying, I was really sad for a second that I don't have a Dreamcast, because it seems like one of those consoles, even though I emulate it, that has a lot of physicality to it that you can't really replicate through emulation.
The pretentious physical collector in me wants to agree with all of that.
Well, I mean, I've played like Sega Bass Fishing, but I wonder if it's not the same Sega Bass Fishing that people played originally without the weird controller. And
Gosh.
I always wonder what's going on that little VMU screen. Like, is it really important to my gameplay? And
Nah,
I don't know.
I didn't play every Dreamcast game, but most of the ones that I played, the VMU was more like, here's a character portrait, like here's like a gimmicky animation to remind you that this thing is here and plugged into your controller and this is the future. There
Did
was
it actually
probably...
turn out?
Sorry?
Oh. Did it actually turn out to be the future of gaming? Like, having a little character on the screen? Like, I don't know if the PS5 does that yet, because I don't keep up with modern consoles that well.
I feel like in some ways it was kind of ahead of its time, in the sense that like every console after that has also been trying to do its own version of like a second screen experience.
True.
Like,
remember when that was a fad on mobile?
Yeah, like that was probably the most. Well, no, the Wii U is probably post.
Yeah.
What was it? Smart Glass. Really just up there for one of the just weirdest, probably just most unappealing brandings Microsoft has done. And I don't remember any game that did anything with it, or even acknowledged it.
I don't think I've ever downloaded a companion app to my device when asked. I mean, if I'd had a Pip-Boy, I might have tried that once.
Yeah, I remember being very confused when one of the Halos they just put all of the like collectible like story bits just in another app that you had to open. It's just like, what are we doing here?
Or was that Destiny as well?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So someone at Bungie just really likes forcing you to open another app.
I remember that was at least a big thing with Destiny 1. I haven't really played Destiny 2, so...
I've not played
But
either
yeah.
very much, but I've heard quite a bit about them because seemingly everybody else around me plays it.
God, you know, I never would have come into Destiny on my own, but a friend bought it for me. So, naturally, I tried it out, and then like 200 hours of gameplay later, I looked up and it's like, oh, I gotta write my fields exams. Maybe I'll put this down.
Just cited as a source. Oh, maybe we got something here. Oh, found a way to somewhere.
Just, yep, you got it. Perfect.
Oh, I do remember this boss fight being a bit frustrating. Not for the fight itself, but just for falling down into the pit many times.
Yep. Yeah, the SNES version is worse for that, I
Oh,
think.
I didn't know there was an SNES version.
Yeah. I think it's the only boss that's shared between the two.
Oh wait, is there like, is it a different game?
Sorry?
Are you saying that there's a Link's Awakening for the SNES, or?
Oh, no, there's a Link to the Past has
Oh, okay.
one boss in common with Link's Awakening.
Okay. I was very
And it's
confused.
this one.
I was like, there was when? How did I miss that they released this on the SNES? That was yeah, tripping me up.
No, I'm just like stumbling through my sentences.
Oh, you're good. I'm stumbling through my consciousness, so I need
You've been on stream for how many hours now, Nate?
too many. That's what I'm saying. Is just like yeah, I'm clarifying because I need everything spoken like 3 times for me to start to comprehend what's happening.
Is this really good for your health? I mean, I appreciate getting a chance to hang out with you and everything, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it is like many things, a unnecessary and kind of goofy way to accomplish what shouldn't have to happen. But I mean, as far as like the scale of things that I do on any given day that aren't great for my health, this one at least I feel some fulfillment from, and like it's doing some sort of greater good is maybe a strong word, but it is doing something, providing some aid.
You have... Oh wait, no, I shouldn't backseat game. But, yeah, never mind.
I mean, I've been guilty of that a couple of times already.
You know, at this point, my like ability to parse what's going on the screen is slipping so rapidly that I really have no issue if people want to just tell me exactly what to do, because yeah.
Okay. In the next room you'll want to use, not in that room, but in the room that you died previously, you'll want to pull out your shield, I think. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I forgot
I
forgot I even had a shield. Holy shit.
You're right, it's a shield.
Like, I don't think you're actually gonna make it, but that's another topic altogether.
I believe in Nate.
I don't, but that's okay. I still like you a lot.
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
Got him.
Yeah. So then you stab him, and then you're good. I played this game recently to like beat it finally. Oh, you need the jumpy stick there, but you don't have it yet.
Nope.
You're right though, if you stomp on the Goombas, you get hearts.
Yeah, I think this is the dungeon you get jump stick.
Yep.
Oh, you got it. Oh, it's called Rock's Feather.
I kind of like Jumpstick better.
That's the
That's
fan
canon now.
the fan item.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be a ROM hack out with a better translation, and they'll be like, it's the jump stick.
See, there we go.
Oh wow, that was really, really slick. That was super clever. I thought you were gonna die for sure, and you're doing great.
It's only when I have like a need to embarrass myself a little less that I actually manage to sometimes be okay at video games.
No, you're doing this for like world problems. I was gonna say world peace, but I don't think we're ever gonna have world peace. But every single time you've done a 24-hour stream, it's been for a really good cause.
Oh, I just meant specifically about video games, about just having a competitive instinct. But yeah, that's also good. Oh, why is it like it sounds like I don't know if this is an intentional like musical reference, but it sounds like the Bowser's Castle music in like the early Mario games, or maybe all the Mario side scrollers. I don't know if they ever changed the theme.
Well, I mean, it's got Goombas and like.
Yeah, I know. That's what that's why I
and-
wonder, because it's definitely like bridging these two theories in very weird ways.
Yeah, and Mario is in it.
Mm-hmm. I will say this is also much easier not playing it on a like 1.5 inch screen, which is what my original attempt was.
Before backlights.
Which,
Nate, did you have a worm light?
yeah, I had worm light, and I had what were they, like clamshell lights, like the ones that flip up.
Yep.
Just absolutely
recall
miserable.
Terrible time.
Totally useless. Oh fuck. But yeah, no. It was essential if you wanted to do literally anything when it wasn't like perfect viewing conditions. Even going outside was bad because then you just get glare.
Yeah.
Like there's almost no. It was like you have to be in the light, but not directly within the light, and it has to be just bright enough to illuminate the screen, but not enough to cause glare. You have to get your like golden hour to play your Game Boy games comfortably.
Gosh, and that was the trick even with like the worm light too. You had to bend it out of its default angle so that you didn't have just like a white circle on the screen there. You couldn't see anything. I actually didn't get a light until the Game Boy Advance era. So that's when I buckled. I'm like, okay, this is unplayable. The screen is too dark.
Yeah, the Game Boy, the original Game Boy Advance was my first Game Boy, and yes, the contortions that like I've attempted to just make that viewable in any sort of way just boggles the mind that I can't imagine being that committed to a video game, or like to attempting to play a video game at this point in time.
And feeding it a steady supply of AA batteries.
Gosh, it just chewed
That's
through
not
them.
fair. That's not fair. I have to disagree with you both. Like, Game Boys had 20 hours on like a AA battery, like two sets
did.
of them. And when you compare a DS that has 6 hours on a single charge, like, with rechargeables factored in, Game Boys are probably the most sustainable handhelds compared to handhelds that die these days once the rechargeable batteries go out of production.
I'm thinking more like the Game Boy Advance specifically. I never had an original Game Boy.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance has 33 hours.
Yeah, no, those things last forever.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck batteries I was getting. Probably dollar store ones, but
Even the
I've-
cheapy ones.
I don't
I've
know.
Game Boys
actually,
My Game Boy
Oh,
just
sorry.
hated me, I guess. Or maybe time just passed really fast as a kid. It felt like I was constantly changing them out, but it's been so long since I played them. I might just be hallucinating.
yeah. I actually looked into it a couple days ago because we have power outages where I live due to hurricanes like yearly, and they last like a week or two. And like last year I was like, oh god, this is the most miserable experience, when eventually all the devices died. So I'm thinking I want a Game Boy just so that I can have something and keep it running when power goes out. So I've been thinking about Game Boys now as a more like sustainable way to have access to games that no other handheld can actually do in modern day. Like, even if the electrical grid collapsed, it would be easy to power a Game Boy through like recharging the batteries with solar indefinitely for a relatively low price compared to maintaining any other electronic.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I figured it out how to like do off-grid gaming, and I've been thinking about that a lot after I compared like Raspberry Pis to everything else. So I just have very strong feeling on the electrical usage of game consoles right now.
Oh.
I had never considered the environmental angle of the Game Boy before.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting when you look at it in terms of battery life. Like, the PSP is 4 hours. A lithium-ion battery, god, I forget it to charge. It's like 3 hours for RetroPie. A 3DS is like 6 hours. I didn't bother looking up the Switch because those things are too expensive for any one person to own.
True.
But, like, overall, if you were stuck with a solar panel and you wanted to keep gaming 24/7, you could, for about $70, keep a Game Boy Advance charged and play through like every single Final Fantasy. Actually, if you were to just do AA batteries, you could play through every Final Fantasy on about 8 AA batteries. Well, I mean Final Fantasy 1 through 4, I should say. Or wait, no, that's... I'm gonna stop ranting. Final Fantasy 6, 4, and 1 and 2. God, I'm nerding out. Sorry.
You're fine, it's
No,
interesting.
the Final Fantasies were the ones I put the most time in on GBA, so that gives me a good, like, benchmark for how far those batteries go.
I've never played a Final Fantasy, so I'm just going to take your word.
You're
Remember-
not missing out.
Yeah. I remember you asking about that in the Discord a while back. Where to
Right.
start?
I haven't gone anywhere from that. I'm still just sitting on it. So
I mean, 10 just hit Game Pass if
I
you've
did-
got a
I did-
console that does that.
yeah, I mean it's on PC too, which is yeah. That I did actually see that because I was like, I'll probably play 10. But if I play 10, I'll probably just do the HD version because it'll be easier and less likely to
Yeah.
randomly just eat my save, which is mostly my concern with those games.
You're not having a good run with getting your saves eaten here.
I've just had, you have a couple bad experiences losing a lot of progress and you just get paranoid.
I hear that. We've all had our hearts broken by Pokemon Silver.
I've also never played a Pokemon game, so that's also on the
No,
list.
don't do it.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's all good. No, this guy's a jerk.
Yeah, how dare he?
Oof. Went right for the kill.
I hate yeah, it's very cheap. It's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna if you don't know to stop, we're gonna just cut ya.
At least it's a quick trip back.
Yeah, the portal is quite nice. There we go.
Doesn't help that he does like a wholehearted damage. Got it though.
This game is so pretty.
Mm-hmm. You said you played it like to completion for the first time recently?
Yeah, I decided I'd finally beat it. And it wasn't really worth beating, but I beat it.
Do you have a particular Zelda that you are fond of, or is it a series that...
Probably Wind Waker, I think, is the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I like how emotional Link looks in it. And I really like the fact that Ganondorf is just a guy who wants to be okay. And the entire world is like, no, you're bad and you have to die. And I really wish he could have just been okay and happy. Like, it's one of the few games where you just want everyone to be okay, and it's just like watching babies fight each other. And they want you to take a side, but there's no side that's really good to win when babies fight.
Gosh.
What about you guys?
I mean, of the ones I've played, Wind Waker is probably my favorite, but I've also never beaten it because Fetch Quest at the end is just a lot, and I get very tired of talking to the fish.
Did you play the Wii U one where they cut some of that out?
I wanted to. I wish if it came to Switch, I might. Well, I probably wouldn't because I don't ever buy Nintendo games anymore, but I would think very strongly about playing it because, yeah, that sounds like they made, like, most of the things that I find frustrating about that game, just did away with them and kept most of the things that I think are really fun, which is mostly like what Taylor said of like the very emotive characters.
Yeah. Link is so expressive in that game, you're right. My favorites are Link's Awakening and Majora's Mask. I seem to be drawn to the weird ones.
I really want to play Majora's Mask. I've not played it, and everything I see about it is just like very, very interesting. The same reason I was interested in playing Link's Awakening more so than like A Link to the Past is just because like this seems like a weird like offspring that doesn't get brought up as often as the it's like Ocarina of Time or Link to the Past or I don't know if anyone brings up Twilight Princess. Probably not, but whatever the analog to Wind Waker
Link's
is.
crossbow training. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. There's the hardcore shooter that fans demanded from Nintendo. I will say I played a lot of Link's crossbow training. I had a lot of fun with that one.
It was a good game, and it was a pack-in with the Zapper, right?
It might have been. I got it for like $2 at GameStop, so
Ah,
it was a bargain bin pack-in for me. It was one of those. I'm gonna buy four games that may or may not be good, but they're all $2, and I buy two get two free at GameStop right now. So
that's how you find cool stuff, though. Taking a chance on the weird discount items.
mm-hmm. Trying to think of other weird ones that I got, but
Oh, can I backseat game a little bit to help you out?
yeah.
Okay, if you want to get into the next dungeon, you need to go back and get little Miss Pac-Man in the village. She's like a dog with a bow. So if you go back to the village, they're going to be like, let me take my weird Pac-Man dog on a walk. And then you get this dog and they'll eat all the flowers. That's the only way you can really destroy those flowers right now.
Right. Okay, yeah, the chain chomp is what I need to find.
The one thing I hate about this game is how much they make you just wander around without any direction, but punish you for wandering too.
I find I have a particularly hard time with that in the remake. And I'm not sure what's different about the remake that disorients me. But I do definitely get lost and wander in this world, despite the fact that I've played through it so many times.
I wonder if it's something has to do with the fact that it's not like screen based, but it's just like scrolling like a normal video game.
Yeah, which I suppose maybe means I have like using different parts of my brain to navigate, so instead of like thinking of it like a grid, like I'm looking for landmarks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like sliding puzzles, so grid-based stuff is fun. Cause I'm just like, oh yeah, this one has like a weird little tree on the right corner. I don't know how these pieces fit together, but I can like see the puzzle weird like reference points.
Oh. Yes, you actually went the right way to get Pac-Man dog. Why did they even kidnap Pac-Man dog?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's ever explained. What would they do with the Pac-Man dog?
What does one do with a Pac-Man dog?
I mean, Pac-Man dog before was kept inside of a tiny house, and now Pac-Man dog's being kept inside of a cave. I don't really see any difference in quality of life that much. Well, I guess Pac-Man dog could see the sky before. Like, were they rescuing Pac-Man dog from a terrible owner? Or...
Now I'm wondering.
This is all just about property rights. I think it's just over here to lawyer and demand the dog be returned because they don't have the proper papers.
Well, the game seems to be of the position that you have saved Pac-Man Dog.
As I drag them away. Well, I am giving them a nice meal of goblins and flowers.
I thought Pac-Man Dog had a bow. Was that a false memory?
No, there's 3 Pac-Man Dogs at that house.
Wait, why did they only take one then?
That's the big one. Because the other 2 are like little ones. At least I think there's 2. This might be Remake Brain talking. The one you're talking about is part of the trading sequence.
I'm just taking all of this on face value. These are just words to me.
I mean, it's really late.
Are you also on Eastern time? Are we all like here in like 4 in the morning?
Yes, I have no light. At least for me. What about you, Quips?
Yeah, no, it's still dark here. I'm Eastern. I'm in, Southern Ontario.
Oh, that's really nice. Oh god, I want to live in Canada one day.
I'm realizing that oh, never mind, he does. I thought the Chain Chomp was refusing to eat the blue goblins. They only wanted to eat the white goblins, and I was very confused, but I guess they just aren't hungry.
I did not notice a pattern.
No, it just seems like they just pick and choose, but they were just very hungry at the other screen and just not hungry at the screen.
Oh no. Nate, have you still got your shield?
Do I still have my shield?
Yeah, that looked like a like. Yep, no, you still got it. You're good, okay. I don't know, those enemies strike fear into my heart.
A lot of the ones from Ocarina of Time still really frighten me. I don't know what it is about them specifically. Like, the stuff I've seen from Majora's Mask, despite it being like a darker game, doesn't feel as unsettling. But
I just hate having to go back and get another shield.
oh, it's very.
We're talking about.
It's a pragmatic fear more so than a.
Yeah. No, if we're talking about conceptually or thematically fearsome enemies in Zelda, I'd have to go with the Redeads.
Are those the ones in the crypt in the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You got it.
Exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that was basically where I tapped out as a kid. I was just like, nope, I'm good. This isn't for me. This is too much.
Fair.
Yeah, the zombies in Ocarina of Time were really scary and kind of traumatic. I think the thing that makes them so traumatic is losing access to your controls and not being able to do anything.
It's been a long time since I played, so I don't remember too much about it. Oh, what? We got a shy guy here?
Yeah, no, Link's Awakening is full of slightly off-brand characters from other games. Mostly Mario, but I think there's Kirby in here
I
too
love,
later.
yeah, I love the idea of an off-brand game by the game company.
Oh, Shy Guy can't hurt you. If you stop moving, they can't hurt you. They just move as you control them.
Mm-hmm.
Got him.
Wow, this game's really holding your attention really well.
I think it's a level of familiarity and sleepiness that Zelda is like very easy to just slip into.
Yeah,
Especially once you actually make it to a dungeon.
yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of the time I don't strictly remember how the puzzles work,
Mm-hmm.
but I can still just kind of shut my brain off and like the path of least resistance just opens up through the dungeon and I get there. Because I'm not a particularly smart player, I think, when it comes to puzzle solving. I think these games just do...
Oh, shield, shield, shield.
Ah, yeah. Just do a good job at making you feel smart.
Mm-hmm. I remember getting stuck for so long in Wind Waker on like the second dungeon because there's a puzzle. Not even a puzzle, it's just you have to roll into the tree to knock down the slimes to like be able to kill them and wake the tree up. And I had no idea,
Yeah.
like the idea of like interacting with the game in a way that was like not explicitly telling me to like you need to pull this lever by hitting A was just completely foreign to me. I remember like discovering game facts like 2 years later or something. Like I put the game down completely. It was just like, fine, I'm never beating this game. And I saw that, I was just like, what the hell? Like this is possible? It like completely shattered my idea of like how a game could respond to me, which is very silly for like something very tiny, but it stands out so strongly in my memory.
I really get that. Like, I have a friend, Nielsen, who I know you've talked to and stuff, but I feel that's what he was going for with Flaming Million, was trying to get that sort of narrative storytelling. And after I thought about his games in that way, I started understanding his work a lot better. As, like, games that you're trained to play in one way, and then you get frustrated when they don't work that way. Also, bootleg Bowser, yes. And Pixel a Day, shouldn't you be in voice chat? I think I remember Pixel a Day being in voice chat.
Yeah.
That was a little earlier.
Yeah. I think they went off to have a picnic or something.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. Oh wow, that was smart.
Ah! Keep forgetting
Wow.
I have to switch.
Wow, that was genius.
Continuing to open my third eye with the sleep deprivation.
I hate how every time you accidentally bump into those jars, it plays that whole text
Yeah.
message.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. After this dungeon, I know I shouldn't be like this, but I'd be really excited if you played Everything Is Going to Be Okay because I love that game so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, I'm pretty sure sleep deprivation technology is something no doctor would recommend for you.
Oh. Alright, I have to use the restroom, but I will be back because I think I can beat this dungeon. I have faith
Oh
in
no, you
myself.
died.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run to the bathroom, then I'll be back.
So, Quips, what's your game design thingy that you do? Because everybody here is from the games community.
No, I'm not. I'm not nearly as cool. I don't make games. I work for Critical Distance, so I just curate games writing.
Oh, I've read Critical Distance. Like, they're the really high-end one that's more academic than critical.
I
Wow.
Yeah, I've been made to understand we have that reputation. But yeah, that's what I that's what I do. I'm not a maker. I'm not I'm not that cool.
Actually, you kind of are a maker, just you're more like the academic tastemaker. And that's a really important role.
I thank you. I really love the work. I don't have anything smart to say here. Sleep deprivation's happening. So that means then that you are a designer, I take it.
Not a designer. I just make like terrible visual novels. Like, my special power is that I can make a truly bipartisan visual novels where even in this hyper-polarized society, people on both the far right and the far left agree that my hands need to be broken so that I stop making games. That is my
Damn.
talent. Like, both the far right and the far left want me to
Gosh.
stop. And also the middle and the mid. Like, my most recent review was, "This is the worst game designer I have ever encountered in my entire 10 years of being a reviewer."
That's
And
just rude.
I don't mind. I think every single game designer should get their ass collectively kicked by like opinion makers so that they. I used to be deeply ashamed and like, oh my god, if I release a game, everyone will hate me. And these days, I'm just like, I have such a lightness in my heart because I no longer care.
So getting
Like,
roasted is like exposure therapy.
yeah, it was. And so I no longer have as deep anxiety or shame anymore. So I'm actually so grateful to them.
And that makes it easier for you to put stuff out into the world then.
Yeah, like it's given me a lot more confidence because even now that the worst case scenario has happened, I can just exist and know that I'll be okay even if people dislike me. Which I think a lot of people, they believe if one bad thing happens to them on the internet, their life and reputation is destroyed. And like, I'm probably sure you've encountered something like that, being a person involved in, like, this space. Maybe?
I witness it more often than I experience it. I don't think I've ever been a target of like an organized harassment campaign or anything like that.
Mm.
And I mean, I've had friends, colleagues, particularly when Gamergate was a thing, who had quite harrowing experiences.
Mine was pretty mild, just a bunch of reviewers being like, please stop making games forever. And
Gosh.
I don't mind. But yeah, I've seen Critical, and you all do really good work. Or not critical distance. Sorry, it's
Yeah.
late, so I'm mixing you up with critical.
It is late. Time isn't real. My consciousness is slipping. I understand. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually used to think that both critical and critical distance were like related, and now I've kind of looped around to they actually are, since you guys share the space.
Yeah. I mean, to put it that way, yeah. No. We know each other. We share the same space. We hang out on streams. There is a continuity there.
I've noticed that the games community is way smaller than I thought it ever would be.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean. Doing this job, I think, for 6 months, I started to feel like I knew who a lot of people were. On a scale that, like, surprised me. Like, it felt like I came to that sooner than I expected to.
Yeah, like eventually you run into someone in this space.
Yeah. How you doing, Nate?
Not too bad. I got some water, so getting hydrated again. Hoping I can get past this this boss that keeps throwing me on the ground.
Oh, that's the mini boss, eh? Yep.
Yeah, get past this mini boss, you know.
I don't think there's a lot of strategy to him. You just gotta go ham.
I just gotta stop early jumping. I can stop losing hearts on the ground like that. But yeah, I agree with you both about the size of the relative size of the games community. At least the games community in the sense of like people that are really engaged with like the indie games scene and like games criticism and
Yeah.
sort of beyond like games as just like a larger cultural object. Yeah, you do kind of like I could probably list like most of the people in that space, or at least have interacted with them at some point to varying degrees. And I'm just some random person on Twitter. Like, it's yeah, it is kind of, you would expect it to be a lot. I mean, there's like a lot of people there, but like the voices that you hear often can sort of start to coalesce in ways that you wouldn't necessarily expect. From the like initially before I actually was paying much attention, it felt like I was seeing a lot more people than there actually were.
Yeah, it's actually really tiny.
Oh, it's so close.
Just wail on him. Oh,
Yeah, too late. He wailed on me.
gosh.
Oh god. Oh. Oh. That was cruel. Can you, like, use save states and cheat?
I didn't even think of that, honestly. It's
Oh,
actually
right.
is actually a good idea. I totally even forgot that save states are a thing.
Get some
Yeah.
rewind going. Extra
Because
cheese strats.
this is painful. This shouldn't have to be that way.
Yep, I know it looks heavy. No, I can't lift it with my bare hands. Thank you for reminding me.
I don't know, now that I'm starting to think, if banging your head against a mini-boss was like the default play back in the day, maybe you would burn through a few pairs of batteries just doing the one game. I also played a lot of Tetris stuff, so it's hard for me to recall from childhood how many sets of batteries each game took. Because there was always a lot of Tetris in between.
Right.
Really the only puzzle game I ever felt like I was any
Save
good
state.
at.
Save state.
I don't know, suddenly Nate is zoning. That's just didn't, whatever.
Oh wow. It completely didn't matter.
See, it's actually when like the good idea and the sense that like, all right, now it's fine to lose, even though I forgot to actually do the save state. Um, then immediately it's just fine. Yeah, you get it in one.
Gosh.
My brain is just like, hey, you suffered enough. I'll let you have this one.
This is the opposite to my default Dark Souls experience, wherein I get progressively more frustrated and more careless until eventually I don't make it back to my body. And that's when I shut the game off.
I mean, that's
I
my Dark Souls experience too, so sometimes
I
it
still
doesn't
haven't
apply.
played it.
I've not played very far, hence the getting frustrated and careless and losing my body.
I mean, I wouldn't call it required reading, but I don't think of anything as required reading, so...
I feel like I've passed the point to where I would get anything from it that I haven't gotten from reading everybody else's essays and various thoughts about it.
Oh gosh.
Like, I feel like I have read and just consumed or absorbed enough Dark Souls stuff to have might as well have played it myself. I'm again with these just troll gates.
Well, you hadn't opened that door before. Progress is being made. You also don't have to feel obligated to complete this dungeon for my sake if you've decided you're donezo.
No, I feel like I've come this far in the dungeon. I would like to at least get to the end of it.
Okay, okay. Your greatest obstacle thus far has been dealt with.
I'm going to go get some tea, so I'll be back in a little bit.
Okie doke. Have fun with the tea.
Cool.
That sounds really good, right?
Yep.
Actually.
Yeah, good luck with your dungeons and stuff. I'll be back when I've brewed a pot, okay?
Alrighty. Alrighty, if I find an owl statue. I know I've seen somewhere. Oh, is this an owl? Maybe this is it.
I mean, there's one.
Yeah, but apparently not. Yeah, because it's not an item. Can't go through there.
I know where you need to go. You don't have the bracelet yet, right?
No.
Okay. Go back to that warp. Or just keep going this way.
Sorry, I think there's a bit of a delay. But... oh, here's one too. Nope.
Thanks, Owl.
Yeah, it's very, very useful. It's like, oh, I see. I too can perceive the floor.
Yeah, just move fast. These guys keep going. If my advice sounds weird, it's because I'm watching the stream like 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I think there's a bit of a delay on this.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Oh, oh, come on. Oh, jeez.
I actually have to watch the stream muted because it's just too disorienting hearing my voice again, like out of step.
Yeah, no, that
for
would
me to
that
be
would
able to complete sentences.
that'd
Yeah.
absolutely destroy me. Seriously.
You already pushed those blocks, didn't you?
Did I?
That's what opened the staircase in
Oh
the
my-
first place.
Oh my god, I could not even remember.
Yeah, so go back down the stairs now. And what... Can't remember if there's any Goombas down this one. No, I guess not. Just death. Okay,
Oh.
grab that heart. You just... No, that... Okay. Hold
Yeah, no, I've made a bad decision.
on. You got put into a box there. It was out of your hands by then. Take the warp. It's quicker.
Oh, okay, so that is the right warp. Okay. Not sure if that was taking me to the right. Oh, I'm right here.
Here we go.
What am I missing?
That advice will be important later. Might as well grab the floating heart there too.
Oh, did I always have that key?
Mm,
Didn't think I had a key. I don't even know anymore.
got it. Get him.
Found the magical croissant.
You still gotta kill him. Yep. Perfect. If you don't have the power bracelet equipped, it'll still make you sit through that entire text box. This game is obnoxious. My headcanon now is that every time Link comes up against a people-sized jar, he engages in an intense phenomenological analysis of his experiences and his immediate environment.
He's very, very aware of himself. Relationships.
He's
But only,
been hitting the.
only to jars and rocks.
Oh yeah, he's been hitting the magic powder a little hard. So.
Yeah, those potions got sprayed on the box and it just kind of went all over the place.
You don't have another key, do you? You do!
What these bunnies did to deserve this, but
You gotta throw the. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Perfect.
wait, do I have the boss key?
I don't know if you've got it yet. I think if you check the. Yeah. The start menu to tell you. Uh-oh.
I think it's back at that owl that was talking to me.
Yeah. I don't think you've done that room that you keep getting cryptic advice on.
Yeah. Well, back we go. Oh, here's something new too. I haven't been in here.
You want advice for this room?
Oh, do I might if it's something that I need.
You've
to
killed
start
the
my-
enemies in the wrong order.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that is good to know. Oh, okay. Now okay, yeah, now I understand the passageway too. I feel like I think this is about the last dungeon I did the first time. And I feel like I was very confused what the point of this passage was.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
Doesn't become obvious until the very end.
Okay.
And that's why that
Imprisoned.
statue's there, yeah.
Old's voice, last Stalfos. Come on, Link.
These passages are a little tricky because your rocks feather jump significantly farther when you're in the side-scrolling sections.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta get that. Please don't die just yet. Uh-oh.
You gotta throw a jar at it. Yeah.
Okay, and then the pulse guard.
Whoa. Got him. Now the bat. Perfect. That was clutch.
I had already forgotten which of the ones I killed after that, so I was just praying it was the right one.
It all worked out.
One of these would give me a heart. Nope.
Doesn't look like a heart is in the cards here.
Never is it? Well, I'm sure doing this with one heart is definitely gonna end well.
A heart and a half. Oh. Now I see.
Oh, I remember this vaguely. Oops, there we go. Okay, well, now I've got most of my hearts. Oh wait, I didn't open that chest.
Gosh. I can't remember if there's actually anything important in there. Ah. Something that always fascinated me about Zelda games is how doggedly insistent they are on this very strong correlation between finding money and happiness.
Yeah. Uh, is Zelda just the neoliberal idea of self-made? Like you find money in grass, doing just like honest labor. You work yourself up to being the hero of time. Anyone could do it.
Gosh, I don't know if I've ever considered it to be quite so deliberate, but I would read that take.
I don't feel like I'm quite cynical enough to make it, but you know, the inkling is there. So maybe someday.
I would enjoy this salty take. But it is just a pattern that has always intrigued me. Because it runs through all the Zelda games. You find some measure of rupees in a treasure chest, and the game immediately tells you exactly what joyful emotion you're experiencing.
No more hearts for me still. Yeah, and you don't get those feelings of like exuberance from other items. Interesting.
Yep. just the rupees, the game stops to tells you. Good quips. To tell you how you feel.
Yeah, I've never actually realized that, but that is super interesting and weird.
Happiness is also a euphemism in A Link to the Past. You said you hadn't really played through that one, right?
No, I played a little bit of it, but not enough to actually
Okay. A little ways into the
it.
game, there's a wishing well that you can drop rupees into. And for every installment of 100 rupees that you drop into the well, a fairy will appear and will offer to increase your maximum item capacity, either your bombs or your arrows, your choice. And she calls this granting you a happiness.
Oh, yeah, that's even more explicit.
Yeah. You have to hit that thing with your sword. There you go. Apparently magic powder works too. I didn't know that.
Huh.
Last Warrior 99 also pointed out that the remake does have some big time frame rate problems.
I feel like that's kind of unusual for Nintendo games.
And it was commented upon as being a bit of...
Oh, that was close. Trying to think of other, like, major, or even just like Nintendo games that have major frame rate issues, and I guess maybe something like the Mario parties and stuff, but yeah, it's kind of surprising. Ooh. Alright, how do I save my game? Like hit all the buttons at the same time or something?
Sorry, I lost you for a second. I think when I...
Oh, no, you're good.
...myself connected to Discord long enough, because I'm connected to Discord through my phone, it drops after I've let it sit long enough.
I hope that's saved. Okay. Well, cool. I'm gonna have to circle back around to this and actually try and finish it. But going to take a short break from that. And good grief. I'm falling asleep on my I'm not even on my feet, but I might as well be. Yeah, so I think we're gonna play Everything Is Going to Be Okay next. And also welcome back, Taylor. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I think Nate, Taylor, this is a natural exit point for me, just because if I don't put a pin in it at some point, I run the risk of not getting critical distance out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice seeing you.
It was great to meet you, hang out, chat. Nate, I'm so glad you're putting this on. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, thanks so
And
much
it's
for
been fun.
hanging out, helping me with Link's Awakening, and debating on how much of a neoliberal nightmare it might be. It's good times.
Thanks, guys. Night.
Catch you
Good
later.
night.
So before we dive into everything is going to be all right, I'm going to take a short break to eat something because I am very hungry all of a sudden. I will be back in a couple minutes.
Okay, cool. I'll hang out for a bit. Wonder, is anybody hanging out in chat right now? I was super curious about that because I see the last Warrior 99 was here a little bit ago. If you're still here, I hope you're having a really good night.